everybody, sing it one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together to praise God's name, just to praise God's name. God allowed us to come together to praise His name, to praise His name, to praise her name. Oh, God allowed us to come together to pray. Yeah, God allowed us, yeah, to sing our song, to sing our song. God allowed us to come together to sing our song, to sing our song, to sing our song. God allowed us, yeah, to come together to sing out. God allowed us, yeah. Now let's put those hands together to clap our hands. Come on, everybody. To clap our hands. God allowed us to come together to clap our hands. To clap our hands. To clap our hands. Oh, God allowed us to come together to clap our hands. God allowed us to come together. Everybody say one more time. Just one more time. God allowed us, yeah, to come together one more time. One more time. Oh, God allowed us. God allowed us, yeah, to come together one more time. God allowed us, yeah, just to praise His name. God allowed us, yeah. You've been so good and kind. God allowed us, yeah. Oh, yes, He did. God allowed us, yeah, yeah. God allowed us to come together one more time. Yeah, go. One more time. Brothers and sisters, I'm excited about that. We're going to go right into the oath to the ancestors, and then we'll give our acknowledgments a little later. But we got a great teaching today. I'm excited about it. So come on and join the brothers and I at this time as we say, "O ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. O ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. O ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books, so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts. Yes, our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. Yevo.
And now, brothers and sisters, we want to take the time to honor just a few
Yes.
of the great Africans who have gone ahead of us. We call forth their great African names and honor them.
Yes.
To pharaohs Narmer, Zoja, Sneferu, Khufu,
yeah.
Khafre, Menkaure, and the great vizier and physician and multi-genius Imhotep, we say
Ashe.
To Queen Nitocris, Queen Sobek Neferu, Queen Ahotep, Queen Amos Nefertari, Queen King had
great African women.
Nefertiti,
Yes.
Queen T,
Yes.
and Queen Nefertari II, we say
Ashe. Yes.
To Menkepen Ra Tahuti Mays, known as Thutmosis III,
the real Moses.
Amenhotep III,
Yes.
Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, Ursa Mahat Ra, Setepen Ra, Rametzen Meriamen, Ramses II, Shabaka, Taharka, Hannibal, and the great African warrior Shaka Zulu, we say
Ashe.
To all of the kings, queens, priests,
we honor
and
their
warriors
memory
of Nubia,
today.
Waset, Ethiopia, Kemet, Kenya,
Yes.
the Congo, Tanzania, Uganda, Central, South, and West Africa.
Ashe.
To the more than 600 million Africans
my goodness.
whose lives were lost in the European invasions of Africa and in the Middle Passage, we say
Ashe.
To the more than 300 million who have since lost their lives to racism and hate crimes, we say
Ashe.
To Harriet Tubman,
Ashe.
Frederick Douglass,
Ashe.
Mary McLeod Bethune,
Ashe.
Nat Turner,
Ashe.
Fannie Lou Hamer,
Ashe.
Sojourner Truth,
Ashe.
Carter G. Woodson,
Ashe.
Booker T. Washington,
Ashe.
Dr. Charles Drew,
Ashe. Yeah,
Noble
come
Drew
on up in
Ali,
here. We welcome you today.
Benjamin Banneker,
We welcome you
George
today.
Washington
Yes.
Carver,
We honor
Bishop
your
Richard
name.
Allen, Bishop Charles Harrison
Woo,
Mason,
man.
Howard Thurman,
Ah,
Mother
yeah.
Mahalia Jackson,
Ashe.
the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey,
Ashe. Dr.
Benjamin E.
Yosef
Mays,
Yakinen.
Langston Hughes,
Dr. Asa Hilliard.
Edgar Evans, Paul Robeson, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X,
Dr. Julia Hare.
Thurgood Marshall,
Ashe.
Mother Clara Hale, Alan
Yes.
Clayton Powell,
Yes.
the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Yes.
Dr. Amos Wilson,
Oh, yes.
Dr. John Henrik Clark,
Oh, my goodness.
Dr. John G. Jackson,
Ashe.
Dr. Shikanta Diop,
Ashe.
Dr. Chancellor Williams,
Ashe.
Dr. George G.
Elder
M.
James
James,
Drayton.
Patrice
Ashe.
Lumumba,
Yes.
Kwame Ture,
Yes.
Kwame Nkrumah, Dr.
Elder
Khalid
Vernon
Muhammad,
Baptiste.
Dr. Jacob Carruthers,
Yes.
Dr. Ishaka Musa
We honor them today.
Brother Ray Charles,
Elder Leon
to our
Stewart.
mothers and fathers,
Ashe.
our grandmothers and grandfathers, to our
Ooh.
great grandmothers
Elder
and
Harry
great
Williams.
grandfathers,
Say Ashe.
our brothers and sisters,
Oh,
sons and
yes.
daughters, aunts and uncles,
Yes.
nieces, nephews,
Yes.
cousins,
To Irma G.
all
and
those who
Terrell.
have gone ahead of us
Yes.
and have made their ancestral
Oh, yes.
transition to their life,
We
deeds, legacy,
honor
and
them today.
contributions.
We honor them
say,
today.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Again we say,
Oh,
Ashe.
yes.
Again we say, Ashe.
Oh, man. We're not going to sing Allahu Akbar. I'm going to get to the teaching, but we definitely wanted to do the oath to the ancestors today. And brothers and sisters, it is such a wonderful thing for us to come together as we are right now. And many people out there have the misconception that we pray to the ancestors. Not so. No, we only pray to the Most High God, the Almighty. Oh, my goodness. But we do honor the life, deeds, legacy, and contributions of those who have made their transition and made contributions to the furtherance of our people. We do honor them. Oh, yeah. Brother Chadwick Boseman, others, Oh, my goodness. Yeah. There's so many. And I hope that when we do that, you're calling forth the names as well of those who had meaning in your life, and they're no longer here in the physical realm with us. Brothers and sisters, it is so good to have you with me today. I thank you for being with me. I thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be with me one more time. And, and when we sing that song one more time, I mean that, y'all. I've been singing that song, oh my goodness, well over 50 years, every week. Okay, for well over, in fact, man, okay, yeah. Yeah, since I was a teenager, I became state minister of music for New Jersey at the age of 14 years old. And that's when I taught that song to my choir, and to our congregations back then. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. I don't take that for granted, Man, I've been dealing with, as many of you know, the last month or so, I've been dealing with a lot of death and dying and people making their transitions and dealing with the spirit of grief and those who have been grieving and I'm trying to lift their spirits and getting drained in the process myself, so I had to take this past week or so to just rebuild me. Okay. And I feel pretty good today. I feel pretty good. I can feel my strength coming back. And hey, man, and I'm ready to teach. So I have a very, very serious teaching today, okay, that I want to get to. But before doing that, let me take a moment to honor our brothers and sisters everywhere, okay, to all of the African villages. I honor your brothers and sisters there in St. Louis headquarters, the African village of New York City, with Waziri Vernon Wells, the minister in charge there, to Minister Kwame, who assists him and his staff that works there with Brother Vernon. Motto tip to you guys, I'm much to y'all up there in New York for doing the work and holding up the standard of Ma'at and the principles and teachings of the African Village and Cultural Center. Thank you so much. To our brother down there in Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, yes. Okay. Brother Norman Red Wing and his congregation there, the African Village of Memphis. We honor you today as well. To the African Village of Charleston, South Carolina. We honor you guys as well. Oh, my goodness, to Detroit, to Chicago. Of course, the first African village that we birthed, Youngstown, Ohio. We honor you as well. And to all of our friends and supporters, where we don't formally have an African village, but we have supporters for the African village and to the African village in various locations all over the place. Down in Florida, everywhere, all over the country, up in Canada, down in South America, Guyana, down there, and in the motherland, Ghana. Okay. Oh my goodness, man. Those of you who write to me every week from wherever you are, I honor you guys. I thank you so very much. And even those of you who are on military bases. Now, let me show you how twisted some of our people can be. I think last week I said military bases, and somebody had a problem with that. People, I don't honor military bases. That doesn't even make any sense. How do you honor a military base? What I meant, and see, that's why y'all need to start learning how to listen. When I say military bases, I mean our brothers and sisters who are stationed on military bases, who listen to me every week and support this work. Okay? Y'all got to learn how to stop being so damn trivial over stuff. Start learning how to understand Brother Ray's heart. Okay? A lot of times stuff is flowing through my head so fast, I may not say a thing specifically accurate as you think it should be. So it is your responsibility to say, what did Brother Ray mean when he said that? Okay? So when I say I honor military bases, what I'm saying is I honor those who are on military bases, who are serving in the military, who listen to us every week and support us every week, even though they're serving in this government's military. I still honor them. You understand? Okay. Having said that, let me move on. Okay. It's deep how sometimes you just have to address asininity, because people will take stuff and just twist it all around and get it twisted, But hey, what can I tell you? I honor everyone who supports this work. Okay. Thank you so very much for your support. Thank you, family, for, just, I don't even have the words to adequately express what I want to say to y'all. Every week I look at y'all's comments and I read the email that I get from you guys, and it's just so encouraging. One of these days, I'm just going to make a show responding to the comments and questions that I get, from the YouTube and they're legitimate questions that many of you guys have out there, So I want to minister to those needs. But while I'm on that too, let me bring this point out. I meant to say this earlier and forgot to say it. A lot of times when I'm reading the comments, I hear things like, would you teach on such and such? Or, Brother Ray, I would like to hear you teach on such and such. I appreciate your saying that, okay? But brothers and sisters, please understand something. You do not dictate what I'm going to teach about, okay? I spend time every week in prayer and meditation, asking the Most High and the ancestors to download to me what I need to say to our people. Okay. A lot of times, when you make your suggestions about what you think Brother Ray needs to teach on, in reality, what that's actually saying to me is that's what you need to teach on. That's your passion. That's your assignment. That might even be your mission. I don't know. Okay. I tell y'all every week, as I'm going to say in a few minutes, what my assignment is. I say it to you every week, okay, as to what I should be doing in my messages. And that is to begin the process of undoing and reversing those ideas and concepts that's been programmed into the minds of our people. Y'all know I say that every week, right? Okay. So if you want me to teach on stuff like, I'd like for you to teach on the NASA space program. Now, I just threw that out there. Nobody actually said that. I don't give a cheesecake about NASA space program. So why should I teach on it? It means nothing to me. Okay. Now, some of you out there, you may be into to aeronautics or something, and you or space exploration, and that, you go in and talk about it. Start your own channel and you talk about it. All right. Brother Ray is quite clear on what I need to be teaching about. Okay. I tried to say that as respectfully as I can. I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. All right. Having said that, let's get ready for the teaching for today. Man, okay. Let's bring this on here. Let's do this right now. Yeah. I'm excited about the opportunity that I have to share with you guys every week. It means so much to me. It gives me life. Okay, that's what I was born for. I was born for this, y'all. I came out of my mother's womb just to do what I'm doing right now. Okay, so let's get into it for today. All right. I always start my teachings off with this illustration. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know, okay, than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Why do I start my teachings off with that illustration each week? Because as a teacher, and brothers and sisters, let me be clear, I am not a preacher. I used to be a preacher. Preachers proclaim, okay? Teachers explain. You may want to write that down. Preachers proclaim. Teachers explain. My job as a teacher is to say information that you do not already know and then make it clear to you. That's called the gift of teaching, being able to transmit to the hearer the truth of what's being said, or make it plain, in other words. All right. So that's what I do. I'm going to say something, I'm sure, that's outside of somebody's circumference of awareness. So to prepare you for that, I use this illustration when I teach. Okay. What is my objective? Why do I teach? I just started it. Here it is. Again, I share this with you every week so you can be clear as to what Brother Ray's assignment is. If what you think I should be talking about does not fit in this paragraph right here, then you got it. You missed the point. Okay? I'm not here to talk about any and everything. I'm here to free the minds of my people that's been shackled, okay, or damaged by the programming that's been put in our minds. So as you see, my objective, my purpose, my aim, my goal, my end game, however you want to say it, is to begin the process of undoing and reversing those ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people, that have caused us to adapt a cognitive reality or a belief system that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, what is factual, what is historical, but most of all, what's spiritual. Got me? Okay? Okay. Always remember, brothers and sisters, and I like to say this because I want you to realize the job of most religious leaders, and how and why most religious leaders cannot teach you the truth. They literally can't, and therefore they won't. Most religious leaders, okay, fit what I have on the screen there. Notice what it says. When you have told so many lies over the centuries that telling the truth about one of your early foundational lies and all the lies that have been defensively piled on top of it, if you want to keep your power, then you must continue to lie. Understand this point here. I went on to say further, when your control and power over another person's reality is based on the lies about who you are and what they are, you can never tell the truth if you want to maintain your power. Okay? And that's where a lot of religious leaders are today, brothers and sisters. Okay? They can't tell you the truth if they want to stay in power. So today I want to talk about the occult agenda behind systematic theology. Okay, that subject came to me this week. The occult agenda behind systematic theology. So that we're clear, okay, as we get into this message, and I want to take my time and break it down to you, okay? But so that we're clear and that we're on the same page, let's establish some definitions here. All right? So looking at these definitions, looking at the words in this subject, let's deal with it. Again, the occult. A lot of people think the word occult means satanic. No. The word occult has nothing to do with Satan. All right? Please understand that. See, again, you've been listening to the programmers, and they've attached the word occult to devil worship and all that kind of foolishness. All right? The word occult is something that is not readily discernible, something that has been strategically cut off from view. In other words, another word for occult would be the word hidden. Okay? That's all occult means, that it's hidden. It's hidden from the masses. It's hidden from view. That's all occult means. It has nothing to do with evil or witchcraft and all. Come on, y'all. Learn. I'm here to teach you. Learn. So understand, within the context of today's message, that's all the word occult means. What about the word agenda? Agenda is an underlying plan or program, that which is to be carried out. Okay? So far, we're talking about an underlying plan or program that is not readily discernible. An underlying plan or program that has been strategically cut off from view. Making sense? What about the word systematic? Systematic is an approach to learning that carefully follows a prescribed system or procedure. So we're talking about an underlying plan or program, okay, that's not readily discernible, that carefully follows a prescribed system or procedure. And all you have to do to validate or get an idea of what I'm saying is Google certain sermons and homilies to be taught in the churches. That would be a perfect example of what I mean when I say a certain program that follows a prescribed system. If you Google that, certain sermons and homilies, or certain sermons or homilies that's to be taught in the churches of England, you'll see that what I mean by a program. In other words, they said only these messages are to be taught, nothing else. Only this is to be taught. Okay, so therefore it controls the thinking and behavior of the people. Okay, the word theology means religious beliefs or theories that have been systematically developed. Now, I'm going to break down the word theology for you. The etymology of the word theology, as you see here, okay, comes from two Greek words. Theos. In fact, let me kind of reposition the picture here so you can get these words correct, get the right, so I'm not blocking anything there, okay? Let's look at that again. The word theology comes from two Greek words. The first is theos, which is Greek for God, and the suffix logi or ologio, which is Greek for the study of. So when you say the word theology, you're actually saying the study of God. Hope that's making sense to you. Okay? The study of God. Now, having said that, let's get into the meat of today's teaching. Yeah, brothers and sisters, let's go here. Okay, let me organize my stuff here so it flows real nice for us. Okay. Oh my goodness. What is theology? Now, I just broke it down etymologically for you. But let's look at this for a moment. I cannot think of anything that has done more harm or more damage to the spiritual growth and development of people than something called theology. As I just told you, it comes from two Greek words, right? Theos, God, and logi, meaning the study of. Whenever you see O-L-O-G-Y at the end of a word, or the suffix O-L-O-G-Y, it means the study of. So if I say Satanology, that means the study of Satan. If I say ecclesiology, that means the study of the church. Ecclesia is the Greek word for church. If I say anthropology, then that means the study of man, because the Greek word for man is anthropos. You get the picture? Okay. If I say pneumatology, that means the study of spirit, or the study of the doctrine of the Holy Spirit. Pneuma, because pneuma means spirit or wind. So whenever you see ology at the end of a word, it means the study of. Understand that, right? Now, when I was matriculating my Bachelor of Theology degree at Northeastern, I knew that something about it just wasn't right. Now follow me here, okay? Just follow along with what I'm saying to you. When I was matriculating my bachelor's of theology, I knew something wasn't right. In my spirit, I knew that something about it wasn't right. Why? See, in other words, y'all, my African spirituality, actually just my spirituality, but I say African spirituality because I'm an African. Okay. All right. But my spirituality was at war with the program of theology and the European environment that I was in. My spirit just wasn't at peace. Okay. Oh, I was being programmed. I was learning what they wanted me to know, but my spirit wasn't at peace. I remembered the times I actually asked myself while sitting in those classes, why are you here? I remember asking myself that, looking around the room, okay, in a culture and an environment that I simply did not fit in. I said, why are you here, man? Common sense told me, my own common sense told me that I cannot study that which is called God. Common sense told me that. How are you going to study that which is called God? Okay? How are you going to do that? Sitting in those classes, brothers and sisters, did not, I repeat, it did not grow my God consciousness. But rather, I was being programmed to teach people what they wanted me to teach about an anthropomorphized deity. You say, Brother Ray, what is that? That's a big word you just said, anthropomorphized. Let's break it down so you know. When you hear the word anthropomorphized, that means, again, the word anthro comes from man, the root Latin word for man or Greek for man. Morph means to change or shape into. So when you say anthropomorphized deity, what you're saying is you're shaping the deity into human-like qualities. Okay, that's what the Europeans did. Understand how this goes. So because we have been programmed by them, we anthropomorphize God. And we say things like, God touched me with his hand of mercy. God doesn't have hands or feet. God winked at my ignorance. God doesn't have an eyelid to wink. You see what I'm saying? We're giving God human qualities. That's called anthropomorphizing God. You're bringing the deity, the Most High, down to a human level by anthropomorphizing the Most High. You should not do that, because what that means is now you're going to start making the deity or the Most High think like you. Okay? Understand what I'm saying, right? So consequently, you hear people say things like, God is getting tired of your stuff. How can the Most High get tired? Think about what I'm saying, family. The Most High doesn't get tired. What is it that the Most High does not know? Okay? Stop diminishing the Most High to your level. It's wrong to do that. We should never do that. Okay, so that's what it means to anthropomorphize God. It means to give the Most High human characteristics. All right? Understand how that goes. Brothers and sisters, our African ancestors gave God consciousness to the world, but Europeans gave religion to the world. There is a difference between God consciousness and religion, or I would say spirituality and religion. You see, Africans practice and teach theophany. Europeanized Africans practice and teach theology. Now, let's break the two down. What's the difference, Brother Ray, between theophany? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say theophany. I meant to say theosophy, not theophany. Okay. A theophany is a visual manifestation of God. Wrong word. The proper word is theosophy, not theology. Africans practice and teach theosophy. Break it down. Theos, God. Sophia is the root word for wisdom. So if you know anybody named Sophia, then you know that that word means wisdom. Their name means wisdom. Now, I know some people named Sophia. They're not wise at all, in my opinion. Somebody just gave them the name Sophia because they like it, okay? But that's what the word Sophia means. Understand this, right? The word theosophy simply means the wisdom of God. All right? Not the study of God, but the wisdom of God. So Africans practiced divine wisdom. So we are, right? How can I say it? We are I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce it. We are theosophic would be the right word. We are theosophic people. We're not theologic people. We're theosophic people. But you're missing it because you have been brainwashed by theology instead of theosophy. As I break it down some more, perhaps you'll follow me better. Our ancestors did not try to attempt to study that which is called God. And notice how I'm saying that. I didn't say our ancestors did not try to study God. I said our ancestors did not try to study that which is called God. Our ancestors simply recognized and acknowledged nature and all things natural as expressions and manifestations of that which is called God by many different names. Did you understand what I said? Let me say it for you again. Our ancestors simply recognized and acknowledged nature and all things natural as expressions and manifestations of that which is called God by many different names. In other words, we recognized it for what it was. It was not an intellectual reality to be analyzed or conquered or documented and doctrinalized. The reality of what was and is simply, our ancestors simply honored that. They adored that. They respected that. They praised that. It wasn't until after the European and other cultural invasions of our motherland that the sons and daughters of Mother Africa began to take on trying to intellectualize and consequently doctrinalize Mutnetchet. Notice how I said that. Mutnetchet, which the Europeans later called Mother Nature. Okay? Our ancestors did not try to philosophize and get into all that. the theology, the study of God. That's not African. African, y'all listen. That's not African. Okay. And Africans, I think about the fact that I spent all this money. I mean, y'all listen, I spent a whole lot of money earning degrees in theological studies, right? Because I thought that their programming made me a better person. I was told, go to their schools, get their degrees so that you'll be qualified to teach. Brothers and sisters, only thing getting their degree did to me was it made me a programmer to carry out their agenda. Our ancestors did not try to study that which is called God, and we certainly did not waste precious time trying to get into philosophical debates about what simply is. Okay, let me calm myself for a moment here. Let me take a sip. Follow what I'm saying. We did not get into philosophical debates about what is. To the African, now I didn't say to the European, to the African, trying to discuss the existence of that which is called God was just as imbecilic as trying to discuss whether or not a tree was standing in front of them. See this illustration in your mind. Imagine two black men or women standing in front of a tree, this massive tree that's 50 feet tall. Imagine them having a philosophical debate as to the reality of the existence of that tree. How much sense does that make? Okay? But yet I see so many of my people, my brothers and sisters, who are getting into this European habit of trying to intellectualize every doggone thing and debating this and debating that and getting into y'all. Oh man, we're so far off point here with this stuff. We didn't do that. Imagine two people standing in front of a tree arguing and debating as to whether or not this tree is here. Is this tree real? Is it really a tree? Who told you it was a tree? Come on, people. Do y'all see my point here? How we waste time discussing foolishness. You don't have to have a discussion about the air. You don't have to have a discussion as to the reality of water. You don't have to have a discussion about the reality of a mountain or a cloud in the sky or the wind. You don't have to have discussions about that. That's reality. Now, if you don't want to accept reality, fine. That's you. That's on you. Okay? But don't waste precious time trying to dissect and analyze nature. See, that's a European thing. The European mind wants to conquer and analyze everything. That's not African. Brothers and sisters, who in their right mind, follow me here, who in their right mind would dare try to study that which is called God? Who? Follow me here. Right? You don't do that. Nobody in their right mind would dare try to analyze and study God. You know why? Because you're talking about the Most High, Ta Amun Ra, Oludumare. You don't discuss that. You simply honor the reality of that. The finite, write this down, the finite cannot study and comprehend the infinite. You can't do it. So what is the aim of theology? The aim of theology is to document and teach others about the essence and nature of that which is called God. Consequently, people go to school and are taught, or maybe I should say programmed, as was I, about the communicable attributes and the non-communicable attributes of that which is called God. People, again, as was I, are taught about the immutability of God, the immateriality of God, the incorporeality of God, the invisibility of God, the omnipotence of God, the omniscience of God, the omnipresence of God, the eternity of God, the mercy of God, the grace of God, the personality of God, the sensibility of God, the emotionality of God, the immensity of God, the self-existence of God, the holiness of God, the righteousness of God, the justice of God, the goodness of God, etc., etc., and go on and on and on and on forever. All this stuff. But what we must ask ourselves, I had to ask myself this question, is who did God tell all these attributes about him or herself to? Come on, think with me, people. When did God tell someone that he or she was immutable, or he or she was omnipotent, or omnipresent, or omniscient, or eternal, or merciful, or gracious, or whatever? When did God tell somebody that? And who did God say it to? Or did European theologians, self-made theologians at that, did they write in a book their anthropomorphized ideas about a deity and created doctrines from their mind and taught it to us, and now that's what we think God is? You understand what I'm saying? How did that which is called God become a he? I did a lecture on that entitled, When Did God Become a He? I'll play that for you sometime. Okay? How did we come to the point of starting off our prayers by saying, Dear Heavenly Father? Where'd that come from? When did that which is called God tell somebody to say, Our Father? Well, Brother Ray, Jesus taught us that. Jesus taught us to pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Y'all, Jesus never existed. Again, this is what they wrote in a book and told you, and you believed it. Jesus didn't teach no such thing. For one, Jesus didn't speak English if he had existed. So he could not have said, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Y'all know it. You were programmed with the same program, okay? What is it? Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is. You know the story, right? Come on, y'all. We've taught that before we could even think for ourselves. So what does that mean? You grew up with this programming in your head of a masculine entity called God. And now some of y'all have in your mind this image of a giant sky daddy following you around, waiting you to bust you across your head the moment you sin or do something wrong. You told God's all-seeing eye. Okay, so what they did is they made this image of a triangle with an eye in the triangle as on the back of your dollar bill, supposed to represent the all-seeing eye of God. God doesn't have an eye. God, again, that's anthropomorphizing God. Follow what I'm saying here, family. Listen, y'all, I got to teach you this. I got to free you, okay? Got to free your mind. So, if you don't mind, I want to exercise my power to define today. Yes, I've earned their degrees, okay, from bachelor's all the way to PhD. I've earned their degrees. So I feel I have the right to define. I have earned the power to define. So if you will allow me, let me define and state. In fact, I posted this on my Facebook page yesterday to try to give you guys a taste of a foretaste of what the message is going to be like today. Okay, let me state to you in my own words, theology is a systematic and organized set of man-made concepts and ideas that is designed to create an anthropomorphized deity that cannot be comprehended or explained, while simultaneously influencing the behavior of the people who believe in these man-made concepts and ideas, and therefore hold them as legitimate and credible. Hope that made sense to you. Okay? That's just Ray Hagins' definition. As I have said so many times, brothers and sisters, and I'm sure if you've listened to me for any period of time, you might have heard me say, he who controls the printed page controls the thinking of the age. Remember that. He who controls the printed page, in other words, whatever it is you're reading, he who controls the printed page controls the thinking of the age. Like I said, if I want to control you, all I have to do is put stuff in a book, write it down, and convince you that what I wrote came from God. And I got you after that. I can control you from that point on. Okay? So understand, brothers and sisters, once these man-made concepts and ideas about that which is called God were published in literature like the Bible and things like the Quran and the Torah and the Book of Mormons and the New World Translation of the Scriptures, etc., and then taught to oncoming generations, whoever made up those concepts and ideas became the controllers of the masses. This is the goal of all religions, because religion is about making people believe what you want them to think God said. Remember that. Write that down. Religion is about making people believe what you want them to think God said. Did you get it? Let me say it again. Religion is about making people believe what you want them to think God said. Spirituality is not about what God supposedly said, as stated in some so-called sacred book, but rather spirituality is about the manifestation of the power that is deep within your innermost being, leading and guiding you into and through that which is best for you. Grab what I'm saying here. Spirituality is about that manifestation of the power that is deep within your innermost being. leading you and guiding you into and through that which is best for you. Spirituality is individualistically unique, it's personal, and guess what, y'all? It's private. Okay? It's not corporate. It's not a group thing. It's personal. Spirituality cannot be legislated. Spirituality cannot be documented. And it cannot be doctrinalized into a doctrine for others to replicate or copy. And that's the problem a lot of y'all are having. You're trying to replicate somebody else's spiritual experience. Stop doing that. Okay? See, that's how a lot of people get messed up. You look up to other people. Okay? You honor them. You hold them in high esteem. So therefore, you try to replicate their spiritual experience. And you therefore end up creating another religion for you to practice. Hope this is making sense to you. Okay? Like I said, y'all, spirituality cannot be legislated. You can't document it. You can't doctrinalize it. And you can't copy it. It's your divine expression. Now, what I just told you, religious leaders do not want you to attain this level of experience. Because once you reach this level, your need for a pastor will cease to exist. Uh-oh. Woo. And guess what? Your dependency on your pastor will also cease to exist. Once you start living in your spirituality, when you grow to the point of being able to feed yourself by tapping into the unlimited source of power within you, you will notice that your nourishment emanates from the divine spirit or the Christ within you, instead of someone standing behind a pulpit. See, that's where a lot of y'all are messed up right there. You're depending on that person standing behind the pulpit. And some of y'all are saying, Brother Ray, aren't you committing suicide right now, a form of suicide, by saying what you're saying? No, I'm trying to free you, man. Okay, a true teacher will set you free, not make you dependent upon them. I have to free your mind. Okay, see, a lot of ministers are rich because they've taught dependency upon them. And they've also taught their followers that if you don't support me, God's not going to bless you. Brothers and sisters, I am not about to pull that mess on my brothers and sisters. No, I have to stand in the great judgment hall of Ma'at one day for being a ma'akaru, a teacher of truth or a truth speaker. Trust me, y'all, when I stand there, I want to stand with my head held high, knowing that I did my job in liberating the African mind. I have to free your mind, not make it dependent on what Brother Ray has to say. Oh, come on, y'all. See, that's our problem. We have put so much trust in that person standing behind the pulpit. And my brothers and sisters who are in ministry, who are pastors, I don't mean no harm. I'm not trying to put you out of business, but I have to teach the truth. I have to teach the truth. It's about time, brothers and sisters, for you to be able to feed yourself. Look at the hundreds of thousands of people who are sitting in churches today, even right now as I'm talking to you, sitting in their churches, and as they have been doing for so many years, and still cannot feed themselves. They're waiting to get a word from the man behind the pulpit, or some ain't even behind the pulpit now, they just walk back and forth across the stage, waiting to get a word from the person standing up there. Okay? Why aren't you able to feed yourself? Because that person that you're watching walk back and forth across the pulpit is not teaching you. They're giving you pep talks. Okay? They're giving you exhortation. They're proclaiming. They're regurgitating what they've heard and you've been hearing for the last so many years. But they're not teaching you, because a teacher will free you to feed yourself. That's what I must do. Okay? And when you send in your donations as you've done, y'all listen, that's so encouraging to me. It helps us to pay our bills, and it also helps me to make a stronger commitment to continue to teach the truth. Okay? Yeah. I don't do this for money. I do it because I have to free my people. And I thank you for your support, because you help me to continue to do this. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? I posted something as I get ready to close. I posted something earlier this week on Facebook about me being an epistemologist. And someone wanted to know, what in the world is that? Well, in my responsibility of being a truth speaker, okay, being an epistemologist has been uncomfortable for me many times. And you know why? Because an epistemologist is not concerned about what you think you know. I'm not concerned with that. Okay? I know what you think you know. I already know what you think you know. I was there. I was where you are, okay, for years. Okay? For 28 plus years, I taught the program of religion, and specifically Christianity. So I know what you think you know. That doesn't concern me. But what does concern me is, how did you come to know what you think you know? That's what I want you to do. That's where I want you to start focusing on. I want you to think about that. Okay? How did you come to know what you think you know? Have you analyzed the programming that you've been under all your life? Do you see how you were brainwashed? Do you? Why do you know, and the reason why I said being an epistemologist is uncomfortable for me, because I've challenged Bible believers, okay, to fulfill what the Bible tells them to do. In 1 Peter 3rd chapter, the 15th verse, the Bible says these words: "But sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to everyone who asks you of the reason I'm trying to quote it and it's leaving me. But sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to everyone who asks you why you believe the way you do, with meekness and fear." Okay, some people call that apologetics. Okay, well, I want you to fulfill that verse. Tell me how you came to know what you think you know. Most folk can't. If you challenge them, they feel you're challenging them, they get defensive. And then they want to attack you. I'm not trying to attack you. I just want you to think. I want you to do what you have not done. Think. Okay? That's my job as a teacher, to make you think. Okay? Not to turn you into a parakeet that just regurgitates the doctrine all over again. Excuse me while I take another sip here, okay? And notice I gotta have my Black Achievement Fund mug nearby while I'm teaching. Brothers and sisters, I hope you understand the occult agenda behind systematic theology. The hidden agenda behind systematic theology is to remove you as far as possible from your spirituality, to literally deracinate you, to cut you off from your spirituality by replacing your spirituality with man-made concepts and doctrines and put in their religious books. So now you depend more on what's written in the book that they gave you than the Most High speaking to you in your spirit, in your intuition. Believe it or not, when I tell you this, that is how the Most High communicated with and guided our ancestors in their spirit. It was real simple awareness of yay and nay. Just that simple. And it's in you too. But many of you have suppressed it because you'll get a knowing from the Most High in your spirit, and you want to run to the Bible to try to validate what the Most High has told you in your spirit, as though the Bible is an answer book, as though the Bible is the world-renowned encyclopedia in all matters. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. Stop falling for the game of religion. Stop, please. Y'all listen. I have to warn as many as I can, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. The best way I know to do it is to teach you the truth. Now, here's what I need you to do. Try to prove me wrong. Try to invalidate whatever I've said. Please try to. And perhaps in the process of doing that, you will learn some more. And you'll say, wow, the brother was telling me the truth. And then you're going to come face to face with this predicament. Now, if what Brother Ray said is true, then what about what I've been believing all this time? Okay? When you come to that crossroad, don't be afraid to take a stand for that which is consistent with fact and reality, instead of man-made doctrines and concepts and religious programming. Please, my family, free your African mind and stop depending on that person behind the pulpit who many of them don't have the sense of a cardboard box. And I don't say that to disrespectful. What I'm saying is, I know people who are pastors who have not ever studied, have never taken a Bible course, never studied any formal training at all. And yet you want to try to lead people. No, that's not how it works, y'all. Okay? It's not how it works. You need to start learning how to listen to your spirit. One of the greatest compliments that I get from people is, Brother Ray, when I came to the African village and heard you, that was it for me. Or I hear people say that, man, I went and checked out what you said and it blew my mind. And I'm sold now. Okay. I can't wait. I get those kind of comments in the email. Okay. Or in the comments. I can't wait till Sunday. You know, many of you who are on right now watching. Okay. You stated it. I've seen your comments. You know, I look forward to this every Sunday. I wouldn't miss it for the world. That's the kind of comments I get. And y'all, you have no idea what that does for me. That is my reward. Oh, don't get me wrong. I appreciate your contributions and stuff because it helps us meet our needs, okay, and our operating expenses. But what really means more to me is knowing just your presence here. Your presence here to learn. That means so much to me because then I know I'm doing my job. You see? And that's what gives me my fulfillment. That's what gives me my joy. Yeah, man, you know? So, brothers and sisters, I want to just say thank you for simply being my students, my supporters, my friends, okay? My meditation partners, my prayer partners, however you want to say it. Thank you so very much. Thank you for loving Brother Ray. Thank you, man. Asante Sana. Thank you for showing me the myrrh in you. Okay, giving the myrrh in me strength. That's how I've made it through these past few weeks, y'all. The strength I got from you guys. Because I'm not gonna lie, man. I was so drained these last few weeks. A couple of times I thought I was gonna check up out here myself, man, you know. But I just quieted myself. And I want to say to our sister, Yoga Girl Sai, you know, those few words that you said to me, sister Yoga Girl Sai, when you told me about the importance of breathing, just taking good deep breaths. She said that's what yoga is really all about, breathing. And in this past week, I spent so much time just breathing and feeling my body come to life and feeling regenerated and awakening, you know, after a good night's sleep to feel good like I do today. You know, so I thank those of you who have become a part of my life to show me how you care. Those of you, listen, y'all, Asante Sana, Madase Pa, and I don't want to just be redundant by keep saying over and over, but I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all way more than you could ever know. Your very being gives me life. Okay? So again, Asante Sana, and thank you very much. Well, it's time for me to get ready to get out of here. Okay, and I hope that today's message made sense to you. Okay, let me put this back on the screen here. Okay, I encourage you to, for those who want to send in your donations to show your support, please feel free to make your donations as you see there on the screen. Okay, if you're donating by way of PayPal, our PayPal donation address is africanvillage1@aol.com. Okay. And those of you who have made your donations through PayPal, I thank you so very much. Every week I see your donations and I thank you. I thank you for continuing to support our work. Those who are making your donation by way of Cash App, you see the donation address there. It's cash tag Dr. Ray Hagins. All right. 1 G in my name. Cash tag Dr. Ray Hagins. To make your donations through Cash App. If you want to make your donation through Zelle, it's my email address, rayhagins@gmail.com, as you see there. Okay. And brothers and sisters, while I'm mentioning that about my email address, please feel free to email me. Okay. I welcome your email. And again, there's my email address. Please email me. I have to admit, I can tell those of you who did not take penmanship in school, okay, when I get your letters and I go through the stress of trying to decipher what you wrote, please don't put me through that, okay? Just email me, please. If you're online right now, you should have an email address, okay? Email me your letters, your comments, whatever. Okay. Just feel free to, I love seeing your emails. So email me. All right. That is our donation address on Zelle, my email address. I have many of you out there. What y'all do is you end up reaching out and contacting and bombarding Minister Vernon Wells of the African Village in New York, or you end up bombarding Minister Karen Stewart. Okay, can you get in touch with Brother Ray? Just email me. Okay, I will get to you as soon as I can, but I need you to understand, I get a lot of email. Okay, so be patient. Please be patient. Okay, I'm not ignoring you. Just be patient. All right. Okay, brother. And also, I gotta stress this as well. Hey, Black Achievement Fund. Oh, yeah. Come on and join us. If you're not a member of the Black Achievement Fund, you need to be a member of the Black Achievement Fund. We are having a great time growing and developing and seeing to it that our people are empowered. Come on, brothers and sisters, and be a part of the Black Achievement Fund, okay? BAF.solutions, the Black Achievement Fund. Yep. If you're not a member, you need to be a member. All right? Come on and join us in the Black Achievement Fund. Yep. And I also want to take a moment, brothers and sisters, to say a very special thank you before I go off the air to Mother Hagins and her daughters, Diane and Mary. Okay. This past week, and I know it just allow me to be me. Okay. I have to take a moment to just show my appreciation when people show their kindness to me. All right. This past week, I guess they saw, all the stress I've been under the last few weeks. They prepared a banquet for your brother this past week. Okay. Y'all, let me tell you something. Oh, whew, Lord have mercy. You talking about something wonderful? We used to sing a song in church. Something good is going to happen to you this very hour, this very hour. Something good is going to happen to you. All right. Then the words were Jesus of Nazareth is passing away. But I got to say, change that. Okay. The Hagins family prepared a meal for me. Diane, Mary. Okay. Sisters, y'all did it this week. Thank you so much for looking out for your brother. Okay, and Mother Hagins, thank you guys so very much for showing your love to Brother Ray. All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Asante Sana. All of you guys. And by the way, the Hagins family are members of the African village here in Atlanta. Okay. So I thank you for that. Okay, I got to go now. Okay, and you guys out there stay strong. Cutting a little short here because I didn't want to give you information overload today. All right. But you guys out there continue to stay strong. And we do have time today to sing our fun song, You're Easy to Love. So let's close out with that. Okay. Yeah. I myrrh you. Myrrh is the ancient Kemetic term for the English word love. M-E-R. I myrrh you. Right? Come on, let's close out with the African in me loves the African in you. Let's do it like we mean it. Come on, everybody. The African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. Yeah, you're easy to love. You're so easy to love. Let's do it again. Come on, the African in me. The African in me. Love the African in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. Easy to love. You're so easy to love. Let's sing the principles of my art. Truth, justice, righteousness. The truth that's in me. Love the truth that's in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. Cause you're easy. Oh yeah. Woo! You're easy. Hey, you're easy to love. Oh, y'all, I'm feeling this thing here now, okay? Yeah, you're easy to love. Righteousness, justice, the justice in me. Love the justice in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. Can y'all feel this? You're easy. Yeah, yeah, you're easy to love. I hope y'all are feeling this like I am. Yeah, wherever you are, come on, put it together. The righteousness in me. The righteousness in me. Love the righteousness in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. Yeah, 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 you're easy to love. Oh, shucks, you're easy to love. Let's close it out. Yeah, the African in me. The African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. Oh, yeah, you're easy to love. Family, thank you for being with me today. I pray that you would have a wonderful rest of the day, okay? And once again, to our bereaved families, we're still keeping you in our prayers, all right? To the family of Minister Karen Stewart, okay, and Mother Lily Stewart, we're praying for you still, all right? To our brother, Stephen Terrell, okay, we're still praying for you, brother, and your family, all right? Our Secretary of the African Village, whose brother transitioned a couple weeks ago, Brother Jimmy. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hey, man, listen. We're praying for you as well, Sister Shirley and her family. Okay. And the Williams family, Sister Aries family, we're praying for you guys. Okay. And I'm about to lose names here. Okay. But all of you out there, if we've had any to experience death and we didn't get to call your name, our prayers and condolences are with you as well. Okay? Until next week, family, same time next week, I'll see you guys then. All right? You guys out there, stay strong. Peace be with you. Motto Tep. You're easy.